Abolish.
Abschaffen.
We should abolish the royal family. Aisle.
Gang.
I'm used to walking down the aisle on planes. Anxious.
Besorgt.
Hotel owners are anxious about TripAdvisor feedback. Awe.
Ehrfurcht.
The sight of the northern lights filled me with awe. Beeping.
Piepend.
I heard the beeping sound when the machine finished. Bleed.
Bluten.
I cut my finger and it started to bleed. Botanist.
Botaniker, in.
A botanist is an expert in the scientific study of plants. Buzzing.
Summend.
That buzzing fly is getting on my nerves. Chute.
Rutsche.
The aircrew showed us the position of the emergency chute. Circumnavigate.
Umsegeln.
Jean Barrett was the first woman to circumnavigate the globe. Clog.
Verstopfen.
We have to reduce plastic waste or this will clog the oceans. Compensate.
Entschädigen.
He bought a present to compensate for being late. Consequence.
Folge.
Ruined beaches is a consequence of too much plastic waste. Consider.
Betrachten.
Do you consider Hawaii a place where you can find paradise? Crew.
Besatzung.
One of the crew members told us to disembark the aircraft. Culprit.
Schuldige.
The real culprit of plastic waste is our shopping habits. Current.
Strömung.
The sea currents have created 5 garbage patches. Devastating.
Verheerend.
Plastic waste might have devastating consequences. Disbelief.
Unglauben.
He looked at her with disbelief. Was she in danger? Donate.
Spenden.
My brother is undergoing surgery, so I'm going to donate blood. Dull.
Trist.
My life was a bit dull until I discovered parachuting. Dump.
Über Bord, werfen.
It's strictly forbidden to dump rubbish overboard. Expat.
Auswanderer, in.
He's an American expat. He left the country when he was 20. Fake.
Gefälscht.
Don't believe everything you read online. Some news is fake. Fancy.
Auf etwas Lust haben.
I really fancy a cup of tea. Float.
Schweben.
The best part of parachuting is when you float through the sky. Freaky.
Abgefahren.
It was freaky to walk down the aisle of the plane to jump out. Freefall.
Freier Fall.
You get 60 seconds of freefall before the parachute opens. Garbage.
Müll.
There is a garbage patch in the Pacific made of plastic. Glad.
Froh.
I'm so glad you finally came. Gobble.
Verschlingen.
Some small fish gobble tiny plastic fragments. Grain.
Korn.
There were billions of plastic flecks among the grains of sand. Gravity.
Schwerkraft.
Have you ever experienced zero gravity? Herbalist.
Kräuterkenner, in.
She loved plants and worked as a herbalist. Impose.
Besteuern.
All governments should impose a tax on plastic bags. Infinite.
Unendlich.
Our life is full of an infinite number of plastic products. Isolated.
Abgelegen.
Hawaii is an isolated island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Jellyfish.
Qualle.
We couldn't dive in the sea because there were jellyfish. Jute.
Jute.
Plastic bags can be replaced with natural jute bags. Lethal.
Tödlich.
The amount of plastic humans generate could be lethal. Literally.
Buchstäblich.
When I jumped out the plane, I literally forgot to breathe. Litter.
Abfall.
Since 1994, plastic litter has increased by 140%. Misleading.
Irreführend.
Room descriptions on the hotel website can be misleading. Native.
Einheimisch.
She's met a lot of native people, such as the Kuna Indians. Navigation.
Navigation.
The stormy weather made navigation more difficult. Navy.
Marine.
The two Navy ships circumnavigated the globe. Obscenity.
Obszönität.
Single-use water bottles are a wasteful obscenity. Patch.
Flecken.
The garbage patch is double the size of France. Peasant.
Bauer, Bäuerin.
She was born in the countryside to a peasant family. Portion.
Portion.
I've only eaten one portion of vegetables today. Rank.
Rangieren.
Parachuting ranks second in my bucket list. Reject.
Ablehnen.
We need to reject the main culprits of plastic waste. Remove.
Entfernen.
We volunteer to remove garbage from the beach. Resign.
Kündigen.
I'm not happy at work, so I'm going to resign. Rival.
Rivale, Rivalin.
An executive posted fake reviews of his rival's company. Rush.
Hauch.
I felt a rush of cold air when I walked out. Sailor.
Matrose, Matrosin.
Jean Barrett was a sailor who circumnavigated the globe. Setting.
Schauplatz.
Hawaii has been the setting of countless TV series and films. Shimmering.
Schimmernd.
The northern lights were like a shimmering curtain. Slosh.
Schwappen.
Tons of plastic slosh around in the sea. Soil.
Verschmutzen.
As they say, don't soil your own nest. Spin.
Drehen.
The sight of blood made my head spin. Spurn.
Verschmähen.
We need to publicly spurn the culprits. Staggered.
Erstaunt.
I was staggered to discover beaches covered in plastic. Sting.
Stechen.
Don't go into the sea or the jellyfish will sting you. Stress.
Betonen.
I'd like to stress that fake online reviews are an exception. Stroll.
Spaziergang.
The beach was just a stroll away from the hotel. User-generated.
Benutzergeneriert.
Many hotel review websites include user-generated content. Vein.
Vene.
The nurse found the vein and introduced the needle. Voyage.
Reise.
Have you ever been on a sea voyage? Wasteful.
Verschwenderisch.
Using all that plastic is just wasteful.